you so much for coming on to Soul Sessions.
Thank you for having me.
You were fantastic.
Thank you.
You're so talented. The first thing that I like to ask is, what are you listening to?
I'm kind of wild. My favorite band in the world is a band out of Alabama, Muscadine Bloodline.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say it again.
Oh, Muscadine
Oh,
Bloodline.
excuse me. Okay.
Sorry.
Got it.
They are from South Alabama, and they're a duo, but they have a whole band. They're independent artists, but I don't know. You listen to music, and some days I'm in the mood I want to listen to vocal like kings. I want to listen to vocal power. Some days I want to listen to good drummers. I want to listen to good guitarists. I want to listen to a musical, arrangement. Sometimes I want to just hear, I don't care if the music's good. I just want to hear really good writing. I want to hear good storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And Muscadine puts all that together.
Ah.
It's a good blend. Listen to a lot of Muscadine, Red Clay Strays right now.
What does that mean? Do you know?
Muscadine?
Yeah, what is
So, have you ever had a Muscadine?
that? Oh, no.
So, a Muscadine is like a giant grape. It's really sweet. They make really good Muscadine wine out of it in Alabama.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, Old Home Place Vineyards here in the Triad
Okay.
makes a really good Muscadine wine.
Muscadine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a grapefruit.
It's a giant grape, basically. It's kind of like a plum, but it's more in the grape family. But
Oh.
it's really good, really sweet.
Wow, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
The Muscadine Bloodline.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I interrupted
No,
you.
you're fine.
Who else are you listening to?
I listen to a lot of Red Clay Strays, another band out of Alabama. I've always grown up loving country music. I grew up on like George Jones and Hank Williams Jr. and Alabama and stuff like that. But honestly, in like the 90s were incredible.
Unbelievable time.
I mean,
for
Alan
country.
Jackson, George
Unbelievable
Strait.
time.
You had the top of the top right there. The women blew
Yeah,
up in
of
country
course.
music.
They were amazing.
The 2000s were terrible for country music.
Yeah, it was not a good time.
No, and
Yeah.
that was the time I was a teenager, early 2000s. So you had horrible songs about, hot moms and playing baseball in country music. Like, it was the cheesiest writing. And so I went very hard into punk rock.
Oh, that's not a bad place to be.
So the first time I picked up a guitar, I'm on the radio listening to, George Jones and Alan Jackson, all this. But when I went to play guitar, I wanted to play Blink-182. I wanted to play Good Charlotte and stuff like that. So that was my intro into playing music. Was punk rock, then came hip hop, and then a lot heavier music. So I listened to a lot, but today, if you ask me what I'm listening to today, I listen to the Boxcar Racer album all day.
Wow.
If
what
you've
a
ever
throwback.
heard of Boxcar Racer,
Of course I
yes.
have. What a throwback.
Yeah, Tom DeLonge is a
man.
genius, but he leaves Blink just to make one album project and then never does it again, and it's my
man.
favorite album.
I have to go back now and listen to that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a good throwback. Okay, so we already got into where you came from. So you're from Alabama.
From Alabama.
Born and
Yes, ma'am.
raised.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
and excuse me for being totally ignorant, never been to Alabama. You said hip hop. So there's hip hop to be had when you're in Alabama.
So I grew up right on our town limit, if you call it a town, is right on the state line of
Okay.
Georgia and Alabama.
Oh.
So I lived right there. I am from a tiny town who still to this day doesn't have a red light. I
Like,
graduated from
at all?
Nope. I graduated from a public high school.
Okay.
My graduating class was 76 kids, and it was the biggest class we'd ever had at the time. I used to get paddled. We got paddled my senior year. I got a paddling.
Wait, what year was this?
2009.
Wow, that's recent.
Honestly, I love it. I talk to people, and they're like, that's barbaric. And I was like, okay, well, I can either go to ISS with the crazy people and have a note sent home, or I can get a lick in the hallway and go back to class. Like, I'm not against it. But, yeah, tiny town in Alabama. Honestly, not a lot of it's a great town. It's full of great people. There's more churches than people. But there's not a lot of diversity. Like, there's not a lot of different cultures there. A lot of the families, we had moved there, so we were a little different, but all the families had, like, grown up there, and they had all gone to the same high school.
Okay.
And they all lived there, and it's like, there's their aunt, their uncle, they all have the same last. Like, it was very much like that.
I've read books like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I took my stepbrother from Maryland home one time on spring break, and all he said was, "You live in a country music video." He's like, we were in the river, and we were in big trucks, and we were at like all these. So
Not a bad place to be either.
no, it's not. But when I left, I realized there was just so much more of the world than what I was worried about.
Sure.
Like my church was not a very closed down church by church standards, but it was still very like, hey, button up shirts, like, you need to have jeans on. The church I'm at now, I lead worship on Sunday morning with a ball cap and a t-shirt. And like high school me would have been appalled by that. But you grow up and you find out there's just so much more of the world than just standards of a tiny small town.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I was the one kid that never wanted to leave. I was very proud of my town.
What's it called?
It's called Ranburne, Alabama.
Can you spell that, please?
It is Ranburne.
Okay.
It is called Ranburne because it is halfway between Randolph County and Cleburne County.
Oh, okay.
Not a lot of originality there,
Cool.
but yeah, man, when I was in high school, hip hop was blowing up everywhere. So everyone had like old Jeeps and jacked up Tacomas that had subs in the back, and they were listening to T.I. Atlanta rap was massive. Everyone
Who
was
just got a new single out.
yeah. T.I. has a new yes,
That's-
but we were listening to Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, the Yin Yang Twins. Like we were listening to Field Mob and Pastor Troy, and your mom couldn't hear Pastor Troy, but
What? That's funny.
yeah. So we'd be out like cookouts, and I mean full on, like fully admit, you'd see guys that would have like rebel flags and stuff on their truck with like Hank Williams on it. And meanwhile, there's T.I. like bumping, and I'm just like, how did we get here? But this is a very interesting place to grow up.
So let's talk about music. When did you first start playing because there are musicians in your family, because it seemed like a cool thing to do? When did you start?
So my cousin is a fantastic musician. And around the time I was growing up to where like I could, I guess, listen to whatever I wanted to. It wasn't like controlled anymore. It was like I'm starting to, learn about Blink-182. I'm like 11, 12 years old, maybe a little older. Like Blink-182's blowing up. Linkin Park's first album just dropped, and I'm like hearing all these sounds and all this stuff, and he lives in a very different world than I do, and he's like an insane drummer, an insane guitarist, all this stuff, and I've never done any of that. And so I wanted to learn guitar with him. So I get a guitar, and it was a terrible, awful guitar, and it was so hard to play. And we just start learning as many punk songs as we can, and we just play together, and from there, I just kind of played casually. Growing up, even into college, I always had a guitar, but I just never really played that much. And then we moved here, and I started playing a lot more. Because when we moved here, we didn't have any friends or anything around here. We moved here, and I just started playing a lot. Started going to our church. Eventually, got involved in the worship team with Jeremy and Ashley, and they were like, "You're not terrible at this. You should probably start trying to play." And I think it was right after COVID was the first time I actually like got on a stage and played like original music or tried to play anything like
That's
that.
so crazy to me. And you're not like the only person who's come on Soul Sessions to say that, and I love it because it makes me like as a parent, I'm trying to like plug my kid into all these activities. Yeah. And I remember somebody once saying like, yeah, that's great to expose them, but also like if they have talent/interest in a thing, it's going to crop up like regardless, like it'll pop up. And it kind of feels like, okay, well, if you're really meant to do some music stuff, like it'll find you at some point or another.
Yeah. I was always I was in band in school.
What'd you play?
I was a drummer.
Okay.
And then that turned into 4 years of drumline and marching band and all that stuff. But then guitar was just kind of, it was on the back burner. The problem with guitar is I never took lessons. And then once I learned how to play enough chords, I didn't want to learn anybody else's songs. Everyone, says they learn. They're like, oh, I learned like playing this Zeppelin song, or I learned playing this Jimi Hendrix song. once I learned chords, I didn't want to play other people's songs. I wanted to make my own because I thought it was a waste of time. And now I regret that. Now I'm like, I wish I was a better player. I wish I would have played Jimi Hendrix growing up. I wish I would have done that. I just wanted to write.
But what about the singing, though?
Oh, I've always sang.
Always. Okay.
Yeah. Nobody in my family can sing.
Oh.
Except for my brother. My brother is an awesome musician out in Seattle now.
Oh, okay.
And he plays like very heavy rock music and
Cool.
stuff like that. He's very Seattle. But he was never interested in music. And I used to drive him around and say, hey, let's listen to this, let's listen to that. It just never stuck with him. And then one day that's all he wanted to think about. So.
But like, when was the first time you realized like, oh yeah, I can kind of sing?
I don't know. First of all, I was told I could sing. I think I was like 8, and it was like a Christmas play at church or something like that.
Okay. They're like, hey, get over here. We're going to make you do some stuff.
Yeah. My wife used to constantly, when we first got married, she's like, you can sing. Why don't you do something with it? And I was like, oh, I'm not that good. And she gets mad because she's like, oh, it took other people telling you that you're good. And I was like, because you're my wife and you love me. And you tell me. She's like, yeah, but I love to hear you sing. So.
Wait, so is your wife from Alabama?
No, my wife is from here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We met at Liberty University in Virginia.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so so you went to Liberty?
Yes, ma'am.
So is that? I guess I'm from Virginia.
Okay.
And I'm just curious, like from Alabama, like that was on your radar.
No, I
Okay.
had never heard of Liberty.
Okay, all
which
right.
is funny, too, because I talked to people, and they're like, how did you never... like, when I got to Liberty, I'd never heard the name Jerry Falwell.
Okay.
And they're like, he was all over the news. And I was like, I think I watched the news. I still don't. No, I actually was planning to go to the University of Georgia.
Okay.
I'm a big Bulldog fan.
All right.
Do not like Alabama or Auburn.
Very fascinating.
Yes. So my whole family is Alabama. My sister went to Georgia.
Okay.
And around the time I could sit in front of a TV screen and like watch a whole game, she would call and be like, hey, I'm going to the game. Can you turn it on? And I fell in love.
Okay.
And at the time, Georgia was really good and Alabama was really bad. So it was not hard to like them. No, I was going to go to the University of Georgia. And then we had a ministry team come up from Florida to our church from a school called Word of Life Bible Institute. And they were just really cool. And they're like, oh, yeah, the Bible Institute is just, you come down to Florida. It's a really cool campus. We have a whole summer camp. You do one whole year where all you do is study the Bible. There's no math, science, English. It's like ministry. And I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. 1 year, and I can get done with that and go to Georgia. And I got down there and just made great friends. And a lot of them were headed to Liberty. And I was actually really interested in a girl, and we were kind of talking, and she was going to Liberty, so I was going to Liberty. That fell through before we even got to Liberty, but it worked out. I met my wife there, and then we had our first, and my parents had left Alabama. Her parents had left Virginia, and she had a lot of family here. So we were like, we're going to need help with this baby. We're the only people in our friend group who has a baby, so we decided to uproot and move down.
Where are your parents?
So my parents live here now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the time they had sold all of our land, our house that they built, everything in Alabama, and just moved to Seattle, Washington for a change.
Wow, what a big change.
Yeah, Mom was in the military, so she's very like, I want to move.
Okay, got it. Yeah, my dad was in the military, so I'm
yeah.
like that too.
So yeah, they were in Seattle, and that's how my brother got there. And but now they're here to love on grandbabies.
Okay,
So.
cool. How long were they in Seattle?
Ooh, like 6 or 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it was basically as soon as I got to Liberty, they were selling everything and moving out there, and then they moved here like 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay. Okay, so we're in Winston. You decide like, oh, maybe I'll do some music stuff. I'll start playing around town. Is that?
Yeah. First thing I ever did was I went to Earl's open mic night on Mondays. It was like right after COVID when things started like opening back up for the first time. So I started going there like every Monday I could and just getting comfortable and playing. And then every Sunday was playing on worship at church and getting more and more comfortable with just being on stage. And so.
And so songwriting.
Yeah.
What's that journey been like?
I don't know. Songwriting is my favorite thing to do, and it drives me up a wall.
Okay.
The first song I played today I actually wrote when we lived in Lynchburg. I was not doing anything in music. I just wrote that song one night. I don't know where it came from.
Interesting.
Over Alabama, I wrote in an hour and a half in the basement by myself. It just happens. But then other songs, I've got a phone full of like half ideas and verses and choruses and melodies, and I can never finish them. So sometimes writing's just really easy. I think the best songs come very easy. I think it can come, but I hate hearing people who want to shame like you need to do it the old way. It should just be you and a guitar. And they get mad when there's like a writer's room full of multiple writers. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, I've seen some songs come out lately and there's like 8 writers on this thing. But me and 2 great friends, Jeremy and Ashley, we try to get together once a week and actually write.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we just wrote one the other night too. So normally we get in there and we finish at least one song a week. But I don't know. It's just storytelling for me. Sometimes it's hard. I have a really good friend who lives in Nashville now and works in the industry. But when we wrote together, we would always butt heads, and in the best way, because he is very like, hey, here's a song. Here's how it can be catchy. Here's how it gets stuck in your head. And I'm just looking at him going, but what's the story?
What's it about?
How does the continuity work? How did we get to she's in the truck? How did we get there? I need to know because I want the story. Because my favorite songs tell a really good story. And like when I was talking about early 2000s country music was really bad. There was no story. It was swing, batter, batter, swing, and the farmer's daughter's hot. And those can be fun, but that was all you heard. And then I heard Eric Church's very first album, Sinners Like Me. And I heard the song. I was sitting, I remember I was sitting on the floor, and there was actually, I can't remember where I was, but there was a really good sound system. And I heard the song Lightning. I don't know if you've ever heard that. It is it's like an acoustic guitar basically, and maybe some pad on keys. And it's about a guy on death row that is getting the electric chair. And how he's going to ride the lightning for the mistakes he made. And it talks about how he accidentally killed that kid at that convenience store and how he hopes that his daughter's going to be taken care of. And it was just so powerful to hear a real story told. And from then on, I was like locked back into country the old way. I was like, this is the storytelling we were missing. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I mean, you've had Chris Stapleton, who just writes hit after hit after hit, and all these great people and great writers. And I think we might be in the best place country music's ever been. And I think people want to turn their nose up at that. But if you want to hear something from the 1940s that sounds like Hank Williams Sr., you can hear it. There's some guy out there making that record. If you want to hear something from the 70s, there's somebody making that record right now. You want to hear Texas, you can hear it right now.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Sorry,
I'm just rambling.
No, I love that. No, you're really making me think. I'm excited to go back and listen to that now. Because when you said that, like the first thing that comes to mind is like Fancy by Reba.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh man, that's and it's like it's great because it's like, oh, can I relate to being like my mother encouraging me?
No, but you can scream that at the top of your lungs.
But I'm like, no, and it doesn't matter. It's just such a good story and sad story, but great song and great storytelling that it's like, ooh, it sticks with you.
It's the saddest story to the happiest and catchy tune of all time.
Yeah, you're like, you be a good hooker, and it's like, what am I singing now?
That was actually one of my friends' walkout song in baseball in high school. It was so funny.
They always have the best walkout songs.
Yeah, no, but you have these great songs and they stick with you.
Yeah.
And you can't get them out of your head. You can't stop thinking about them, and they're so powerful. And I think my wife calls me a robot because I don't cry. Like, I'll go to funerals, and it could be someone close, and it's not there. I cry once a week from a song. Like a work of art. And it could be film. Like, you ever see a film that's like, you shot that perfectly. That moment was perfect. Or writing was perfect. And sometimes you can find writing in the most unlikely place. Have you ever seen the show The Ranch?
No.
It's a cheesy sitcom with Ashton Kutcher, where they work on a ranch in
Oh,
Colorado.
I haven't seen it, but okay, I know what you're talking
It's
about now.
very funny, but it's very Everybody Loves Raymond. It's just
Oh,
a
really?
sitcom,
Okay.
and it's very stupid. But I've always wanted to write a song from a phrase where he shows back up and he's dating this girl that's 3 times younger than him, basically. And his ex, who he wants to be with, is like judging him for it. And she's like, "Why are you wasting your time with this girl? Like, there's better people out there." And he just looks her in the eye, and it's this cheesy sitcom. But in this moment, he looks and he said, "Yeah, well, sometimes better's taken." And I was like, dude, Better's Taken is great writing.
That is
and
good
it's
writing.
such a stupid show. But someone wrote a line that was like, oh my gosh,
That's
that was
gold.
fantastic. So, yeah, I just think you can just find so many great things in the most
Yeah.
unlikely places.
Well, I think that you have a really good point about like genre bending and also like being in this place where there's a lot of like an homage to like an era or like so that you can like current day artists stepping, I think of Bruno Mars, but like stepping
Yeah.
into an era and creating from that era's influences and then combining it maybe even and making it a hybrid. There's a lot of fun stuff happening.
Yeah, and Bruno's very good at it too because he goes as far as, hey, let's not just play this melody. I'm going to take this guitar with these pickups and this amp and I'm going to put this effect and it sounds like the 1960s all
Yeah.
of a sudden. Like, it's very cool.
Yeah.
But we're also, I think right now what's got me hooked is I'm going to call it country soul. I don't know if there's a thing for it now,
Okay.
but Stapleton's been doing it
Yep.
for years. But you've got like Marcus King.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Red Clay Strays, 49 Winchester. Ty Myers. Ty Myers is like, I think he's 19 now maybe, from Texas. And he plays his guitar like John Mayer.
Oh.
But he sings with this soulful country voice
Okay.
about country things. And
Yeah.
I'm just obsessed with this like hard bluesy hits and vocal melodies and stuff like that.
Do you know, this is not that genre at all, but do you know, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but Bill Murray?
Bill Murray is one of the greatest things in the world right now.
Amazing, right?
And his album where he just brought in so much country, like you're listening to the heaviest song and all of a sudden the nastiest like Brad Paisley-esque guitar solo just got played
I love
of
it.
Chicken Picking. I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah, I love
Bill
that.
Murray is top tier right now.
When I discovered, I was like, what is happening here? I'm a big fan of this.
Yes, and now apparently they're working on a song with one of my favorite bands of all time, A Day to Remember. So they could be wild.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your day to day? Is playing music your day job, or do you have?
I wish.
Okay, I mean it's hard, right?
Yes. Someone did tell me that I should view the music as my job and view the other
your
thing I do
gig.
as my extra. And I was like, I might get depressed if that. No, I work for a company called State Electric Supply Company.
Okay.
And I basically quote electrical jobs for electrical contractors.
Oh,
So
cool. That's gonna come back around. I'm gonna be like texting
it's
real quick.
it's a job. It's a great place. It's got great people, but I mean it's a job. But yeah, hey, we're building so and so school or so and so restaurant. Here's the plans. What would it cost?
Oh, cool.
So
That's really cool. How did you get into that? Or how do you have the electrical knowledge for that?
I really didn't. I've worked a lot of construction.
Okay.
And I've worked a lot of just like general maintenance stuff, dealing with lighting and stuff like that. But I actually had a friend reach out to me, and he helped me get in on this job years ago. And from there, it's just learning. I love learning anything. I may not have a degree or whatever, but I love learning about anything. So
Cool.
yeah.
Okay. So now, what's your day to day when it comes to like how do you balance your day job with music? To what extent is it like?
So I will say my day job is pretty cool. The people I work with are cool, but it is a busy job. But there are definitely times where I am able to disconnect. And maybe if it's like 10 to 20 minutes, focus on a song idea that just came in my head. Let me write that down. Or work on scheduling stuff for upcoming or making I don't know, any kind of flyer or anything I need to make to promote something. I have my little times, and then normally get home, play with the kids, have dinner. They normally go to bed at like 8, and then I try to go in the basement and at least have like 2 hours of music, whether that's working on our Sunday set, whether that's getting stuff ready for the next Sunday or working on a song idea. And then, like once a week I have some write time with friends, like I said. So it's just balancing, I guess. But
So how old are your kids?
so my oldest one is 9 and my youngest one is 3.
Oh, okay. That's a good gap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How is it boy, girl, boy?
It's girl, boy.
Okay.
One each.
Cool. Are you guys?
Oh, we're done. They are so awesome, but we done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2's a good number.
Yeah. They're everything. And they honestly, they're the only ones that make me, I never feel like guilty, but I definitely always go, man, sometimes I just want to step back, spend more time with them. But yeah.
And what does your wife do?
So she works for a medical insurance company.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
She does like coding stuff.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
She works from home, so she gets to hang out with the youngest one, but she's incredible. She never complains about anything. She's super supportive, so she's what makes everything happen, for sure.
That's how you know you're a good husband, because you
Oh.
recognize that.
Try.
Okay, so you've been in Winston for a while. Your family started here. Will you be in Winston forever? Will you go back to Alabama?
No, I don't think I'll go back to Alabama.
Because it's cool, but
I love Alabama. I love Alabama. I love Georgia. But I love our community here. And granted, community changes. People move. We've already had people that we're very close to move. We were super close to everyone in Lynchburg, and we moved from there. We still keep up, but I love our church. I love our church, their family, the work that we get to do with those people there. And then I just really like the city of Winston. I think it's a great place. I think the art, the music, the amount of people we've just gotten to connect with is just very cool. We love it here.
and Twin Cities, where's your church?
So it's called Redemption Hill Church.
Redemption.
We
Okay.
actually have 3 locations now.
Oh, wow.
I go to the Hanestown location, which is off Harvey Street behind like Hero House on Stratford.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, by Whataburger.
Yeah.
And then we have one in an industrial park off, I think it's West Clemensville Road, called Salem Park. It's our Salem Park location. And then our other one is in Washington Park.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very, it was really cool. It was hard to grasp, but once I understood it, it was very much, I support that. It was, hey, we're growing, but we don't want a bigger space. We want
Yeah.
to plant
Right.
in different communities. And
Because
so,
that growth impacts the dynamic.
yeah.
Right?
And each location, I think, is like 200 to 300 on a Sunday. So
Okay.
it's small enough to be like a community,
Yeah.
but large enough to be able to like facilitate things and do stuff like that. So
Gotcha. Okay. So then, what does the future look like for music, for other things?
honestly, I don't know. I've only released one song. And even if I never release another one, I'll always want to write and play music, even if no one ever hears it but me. But I did get a text from a great friend who in Nashville who actually wants to help work on a new single of the song Honky Tonks I played tonight.
Okay.
So I guess if I release another one, that would be it.
Okay.
But also, I'm really diving into. Right now, I've kind of stepped back a little bit from gigging, not like quit, just taking a break, and focusing on writing and really diving in more on playing guitar deeper. And our friend Ashley is working on her full EP,
Oh, right.
and so I'm trying to get with them and write as much as we can so she has as many options as she wants. It's so much easier to write a song for someone else.
I believe that 100%.
Like, if I write for myself, I care too much
Yeah.
about the truth. Like, we were writing a song, and one of them was like, oh, it'd be great here, like, a drag off a cigarette. And I'm like, I don't smoke. And they're like, it doesn't matter. It's a song. And I'm like, it matters for me because it's my truth. And I know every artist sings something that's not true, but that's always gotten me. But writing for someone else, they can just tell a story and, I don't know. It just comes a lot easier.
Okay. Can I ask, as an artist, how do you determine when you are ready to create an entire project, like an EP or an LP? Like what I see, I obviously follow a lot of musicians.
Yeah.
And when I do, sometimes I see 5 singles out. Sometimes I see like, oh, I have like an EP. Sometimes I see 17 singles out. And I wonder like, why?
Yeah, I don't know.
How does that...
I think there's kind of a fight because shout out to the Muscadine Boys. They might be the hardest working musicians that I've ever seen. And I say that only because even through COVID, no one put out as much music as these guys do a year. And they've been going for, I guess, 10 or so years. But they were always EPs. They were like 4 or 5 song EPs.
Respect that.
And then I think they had like 4 or so. But then in between, they'd release like a single or 2 like that. Because, when you're from the South and you're independent, you're growing up, your biggest thing is you want to do the college town.
Right.
You want to just tour SEC, ACC country and play every show you can at those towns and build that fan base. Because people in music love ownership. I had someone tell me that one time. They're like, go play private events. Go play that stuff because one day when you're big, people are going to love the ownership that they had with you.
Still say like, I was studying abroad in England, listening to Adele before anybody in America cared about her.
No, you love that ownership. And if someone has that ownership, they will support you in such a big way. So like Muscadine's playing all these places, and Ella Langley, huge now, did the same thing. Got with Peachtree Entertainment, played all the SEC venues, and they just worked hard, but they just kept doing EPs. And COVID hit, and they were separated, and they released these things called the quarantine tapes. And they were literally songs they had written and never put on anything. And they just, like, Gary would record one at his house, Charlie would record one at his house, and they'd put on the album.
Oh, okay.
And it was very cool, but now they're doing full-length albums. And I don't know what the change was. I think they've talked about it before, but I don't know. I think when you're younger, you just need to keep producing music because you could get on the radio. People become infatuated. It could go number 1, and some labels like, hey, we want to put you on this tour. Well, if you don't put any music out for a year, you're going to be forgotten real quick.
Right.
So I think some artists really falter into, hey, I got a label, I got a number 1 song. Okay, well, where's your album? Where's your music? And I think some of these artists do really well, especially if you're independent, just putting out songs whenever you want to, as much as you want. Cameron Marlowe, phenomenal country singer, he loves sad songs. And of course, he can't release an album of just depressing country music. So he, using his own money, made an EP of just sad country songs and put it out himself.
That's a good point.
And so I just think it's cool. You don't want to be locked in to a very... Some people love their specific sound. That's what their fans want. But maybe you want to switch it up. Maybe you want, something that's acoustic. Maybe you want something that's got a lot of strings and orchestra. Maybe you want this one to be more rocky or, But I really don't know the magic sauce over, is it singles? Is it EPs? Is it an album? I don't know. I do miss hearing a song and then going and buying the CD and putting it in and realizing that might be the only good song on the album. But you sat there and you listened top to bottom to this album. And sometimes you find, oh, that one's not even the best song. There's like way better songs on it. So
I mean, I have, like musical FOMO where I'm like, if I don't listen to the whole thing, there could be this fantastic song, and then I wouldn't know, and it'd be buried there.
Yeah.
I have to listen to the whole thing. But then also, like you're saying, like I remember as I listened to a lot of Incubus in high school, and so we had some like trip to Florida or some drive, some really long drive, and I listen to Morning View like over and over and over. And I think that if I listen to some of those singles now, I'd be like, meh. But I love every
In that
single
moment?
song
Oh my gosh.
off that album. Because
I remember the first time I got the Blink-182 Take Off Your Pants and Jacket album. And if that would have been a cassette tape, it would have been melted. Like, it just kept playing and kept playing. No, I love that stuff. And I love when people go the extra mile. Because I would say if I had the chance to make an album or an EP, like an EP, let's say 4 or 5 songs, I would probably want 12 to 18 songs to pick from.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, all right, there's a song. There's a song. Now let's go through and see not necessarily which one's the best, maybe what fits this EP.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I have like a very strong opinion that albums should not be more than like 12 to
I agree.
15 tracks max. I get very, very angry, actually,
I agree with that.
when artists give me like 25 tracks, and I'm like J. Cole has a new album out. I love J. Cole, and I'm trying to make my way through it, but you know, I feel like the momentum it takes to like work your way through an album is like mirrored in like the artistic process too, where I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I need to see like the arc, like, and you feel that when you're like listening to it, and I just feel like it's lazy, because it's like if you'd have to be really like, you'd really have to be very critical to figure out like what is going to make the cut. But when you're like, oh, I'm going to just, or Taylor Swift, like release a double album. Oh God, I hate that.
Yeah.
Don't give me a double album. That's.
I will say I feel bad because I love hearing an album, and I guess I need to stop saying the name. Muscadine has an album where top to bottom, every song transitions into the next one.
Oh,
so if you hear the songs alone, you're going to be like, why was that a weird ending?
Right.
But it goes into something else. And it's like 12 songs. It's perfect. It's so fun to listen to. But then, and as much as I like him, he gets a lot of crap, but he's very talented. Morgan Wallen, that album he did that had however many songs on it, there was maybe 15 that I'm like, these are great songs. And the rest felt like he went and grabbed a song from some writers, and I was like, oh, well, I said it's going to be 40, so throw it on there.
40?
You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember the number, but he was like, hey, it's going to be this huge album.
Yeah.
And it felt like there were songs that he worked on. It was like this song he was a part of.
Right.
And then a song was like, oh, I heard somebody play, that'll go. But it doesn't fit.
Right.
It doesn't fall anywhere in there, and it doesn't make any sense. But, and not to say they're bad songs, but not every song you write is worth putting on something. Sometimes it's just for you. I don't know.
Right. For sure. Okay. So, Winston-Salem, your favorite spot in Winston-Salem?
Ooh. Are we talking like eating, playing music?
Whatever you want. Actually, no. Now I want to know eating.
Oh, eating is so easy. It is the Quiet Pint Tavern.
Really?
Oh, my gosh. That is my favorite menu in Winston.
Really?
There's some of the nicest people, the best fries in Winston.
The best fries.
Dude.
What kind of fry? I happen to have opinions.
They're the beer battered ones, so they got like the crust on them and everything.
Okay.
But they are incredible. But you've got like flank steak tacos. You've got hot chicken mac and cheese. You've got a Korean hot chicken sandwich. You've got really good flatbread pizzas, great smash burgers.
Wow, I didn't realize this.
A great beer choice.
This is the one that's near east of Texas?
No, this is across the street from Chin Chin over by the hospital.
Oh, that one.
I love Quiet Pint. We go there all the time.
I've never been there.
And if I'm trying to get a little more high end, Milner's.
Where's that?
Oh, Milner's is on Stratford.
Oh,
the old Southern restaurant. That has and coming from the Deep South, has some of the best shrimp and grits I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Dude, those shrimp and grits. And then my wife always gets the grilled, I don't know how they grill it. Grilled, yeah, that thing.
Eggplant.
It's meat.
Oh, okay.
Man, I don't know what, meatloaf, grilled meatloaf.
Oh, that is
It's
an
got
interesting
char
thing
marks
to
on it.
grill.
Oh, it's fantastic. They're mashed potatoes.
Grilled meatloaf.
Insane.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Milner's, Quiet Pint, favorite two
Okay.
places.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good information.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that's everything that I wanted to ask you.
This is great. I could talk to you all day. This sounds terrible. You can ramble.
No, this is exactly what we wanted to know.
Yeah, I think what you're doing is very important, and I talk to friends all the time. If people don't know, the triad is so saturated with music talent. Some of our friends, the Dries actually, talk about all the time. If it was what it is now when they lived here, they never would have left.
Oh, okay.
And they've even mentioned buying a house and jumping back and forth. But in country alone, there's so many artists, and I constantly think, why are we not writing together and writing for each other and working on EPs or opening for each other, like all the things you can do, because you've got some of the best artists I've ever seen. John Montgomery sounds like Keith Whitley reincarnated. Jacob Vaughn sings like Vince Gill. I'm talking high registers. You got Luke Cope, who is the most original voice and some of the best writing I've ever heard. Like, it just breaks your heart. Then you've got these, and they're actually playing in a band together now. So they're doing their
cool.
individual, but now they're working on a band together.
That's
But
great.
then you've got these incredible powerhouses of like Ashley Santiago.
Yeah, she's great.
Phenomenal friend, great writer, but her control and her voice, and not only that, her attitude. Like, when she's on stage, it doesn't matter if the stage is as big as this bottle. She's going to perform like she's at Red Rocks, like playing to a sold-out crowd. And her husband, Jeremy, and his guitar playing skills. And the coolest thing is you've got all these fantastic artists. Justin Cohen, I know he's been on here. He's a great friend.
Justin, when you were singing, it made me think of Justin.
Justin Cohen's voice
He's
like
amazing.
Marcus King, Chris Stapleton, and Teddy Swims were like, hey, we're going to have a family together, and it's this guy. He's an incredible producer, beat maker,
Yeah.
too. But you've got these insane talents, and I just wish we could collab more. And it's not like, hey, they're refusing to.
Sure.
Everyone's busy.
Yeah,
They're gigging.
of
But
course.
the venues, I feel like if I was a venue, I would try to book, hey, do you want to play, instead of 3 hours. 3 hours for any artist is insane.
It's
I
a
think.
lot, right?
Yeah, and they're like, well, some artists play every night. I'm like, for an hour.
Yeah.
And then they have a whole day of rest and vocal training.
Right.
You're asking people to play 3 hours.
That does seem like a lot.
And it's a lot.
I mean,
And
I play the viola. That doesn't even involve my voice.
Yeah,
And somebody
a
asked me
lot.
to play a 3-hour gig, and I was like, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
It's a lot. And you know, some venues pay good. Some venues, you know, the pay's not great. But the atmosphere matters a lot more to me. But yeah, 3 hours is a lot. I would rather go play an hour and a half slot and then have someone else that I really like watching play the other hour and a half or something like
That's
that.
a good
you know?
point.
But there's so much good music, and I'm having my eyes open the last few years of the hip hop scene, the rock scene around here. There's so much good music around here, and it's very impressive. You've got incredible like luthiers, guitar builders that have built custom guitars from here to big names. You've got all these impressive people, and it's really cool. A lot of the musicians I've worked with the most that play with all these bands, they're some of the most incredible musicians, and they all play at their local church
Ah, okay.
around here. They're all like, some play at Elevation, some play at Salem Chapel, some play, you know. It's impressive how much music is in the triad, and it is cool seeing like a place like Earl's or like Gypsy Road Brewery that are popping up, and they actually have stages. It's not just like, hey, go sit in that corner,
Right.
put a speaker
Next to the
no,
bathroom.
it's a stage. They have a sound guy. They have lighting,
cool.
and it's very much like, I think it's easier. The barrier to entry as a band or an artist is getting better. I think if you have the talent, you can easily surround yourself here in the triad. You just got to make those connections.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, 100%.
cool. I'm so thankful you're doing this. I'm
Yeah,
so thankful you had me on.
I'm so glad that you could come.
Yeah.
So we're going a little bit
I'm sorry.
longer. No, I'm having a great time. And this is my favorite part, so I can't skip it. This is the game.
Okay.
We change it up here and there, but today we're going to go back to an original, which is lyrically correct.
Okay.
Guessing song lyrics.
Guessing song.
I think that this is the maybe it's pop for
So
sure.
it's like there's a lyric missing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna sing it to me.
Oh, you don't want to hear me sing. I mean, I can, and I will, and I have.
Why not?
Usually, I only resort to that when assistance is required.
Well, I guess if you sang it, it would be cheating. Yeah.
Well, but if you sing it, that's actually the best.
Okay.
The best is when you sing the response, and
Okay.
usually, at least for me, like I have to sing to get there. My brother, he's like, I don't know how he does it, but
On
he's
the
just
spot?
like, just immediately like just gets right to that exact lyric, and I'm like, no, I don't know how you just did that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is definitely 90s. Okay. And I feel like you're very versatile in your knowledge. I think so.
We'll see.
According to Ricky Martin, she will make you take your clothes off and do what?
Go dancing in the rain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Shout out Ricky, man.
Which is like actually relevant right now.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
post Super Bowl. That feels too easy. Well, this is fill in the blank.
Okay.
Beady beady.
Bum bum.
Okay.
Selena.
Excellent. Excellent. So you're just ready. You
Dude,
came ready.
I love Selena.
I've had people be like, Selena Gomez? I'm like,
No.
I can't talk to you right now.
No.
That's too easy. Alex from The Calling.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Said if he could, then he would go where?
Oh. Wherever you would go.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could, then I would. Man, that.
That's excellent.
When they used
that's
to
a
do
good
that with their
impression.
voice, it was so funny to me.
Okay. All right. This is harder. In Promiscuous,
Okay.
what does Nelly Furtado say to Timbaland when he says, "I want you on my team"?
Oh, promiscuous girl, wherever you are, all alone, and it's you that I want. Promiscuous boy, quit teasing me.
Yeah, unfortunately,
And
it's like
I got what you need.
it's the rappy part.
Yeah.
I can't help you with that. I'm sorry. I don't even know the lyrics that lead into that.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on that.
What does she say?
Spencer knows.
Of course, Spencer.
Oh, come on.
I want you on my team. That's all.
So does everybody else.
Oh my God! I can't believe you
That's
got
the part,
there.
That's the part that stops.
That's
Because she goes, I want you on my team. So does everybody else.
excellent.
Yes. Dang,
Excellent.
dude.
Wow.
Let's go.
I thought you weren't gonna get there. Wow. Okay, I wish I'd picked some harder ones. Let's see. That's too easy.
I mean, you've done 2 Latina pop. That's not in my wheelhouse.
Okay. Well, then I guess we'll end with the country-ish.
Okay.
In How Do I Live, Leanne Rimes said, "He's her world, her heart, and what else?"
You may have stumped me on this one. He's her world.
Her heart, or he's her world, heart, and what else? All right. So this one is How Do I Live?
Oh, how do I live? As the country guy, I'm probably going to wave the white flag on this one. I have no clue.
Let's see.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to remember. Is it he's your world? Yeah. No, I can't.
Mm-mm. It's gone on me.
Good.
Fun fact, that song was released by 2 different artists on the exact same day.
Who was the other one?
Trisha Yearwood.
Really?
And they were
Why
both
would they do
nominated for
that?
the same award at the award show, and Trisha won over Leanne.
Really?
I don't know how that happened or who allowed it, but 2 artists released the exact same song the exact same day.
And
in
I've
country music.
never heard the Trisha Yearwood version.
And it won, I think, CMA over Leanne Rimes' version.
Wow.
I don't know why
but
they did
her
that.
version is so well known. That's crazy. Oh, now I'm gonna have to rabbit hole
Yeah,
that.
you've got
Wikipedia.
homework. You've got
I do.
Trisha, How
Oh
Do
my
I
God,
Live?
you got the
Muscadine Bloodline.
Muscadine. Let's see, Eric Church.
The Lightning, yes.
You know, there's a country artist. God, I can't remember her name, but I have nothing for you, man.
It happens.
But she just put out. There's a track on her album. Okay, the year that Beyonce won Best Album for what was that? What is that?
Lemonade?
Called? Grammys?
I don't know.
Is it the Grammys? Anyway, I think that was 2 years ago. She was in the running, but she had like a very, very country album. And there's this one song
Was it Casey Musgraves?
No,
Sierra Farrell?
but it was that year because I listened to all of the albums that year.
Okay.
And so I listened to Casey, but it wasn't her. It was someone who's really quintessential country, like, what is her name? She had this one song though, but it was like, it's one of those songs where you're like, oh, I'm listening. Okay, this is an interesting story. There's a child. He's involved. Okay, he's at school, and then he comes home, and it's basically about like how like at school, the color that he was coloring with, like that teacher asked, like, what color is that? And he was like, oh, it's whiskey, because his dad was like drinking too much.
Oh my gosh.
And that's what caused the dad to stop drinking, because he realized like, oh my God, my son or child recognizes that color as whiskey. It's a good song.
Never
and
heard that
I was like listening. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening here? But I feel like that's another one of those great examples where you're
storytelling.
like, yeah. And it just
Okay,
draws,
I'll have to
but
look
it's
that
also
up.
still like a good song. Yeah, I feel really silly for not remembering her name because she's, God, what is that? Anyway, this was really fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on,
This was
Jay.
a blast.